India Foxtrot Bravo Charlie reporting to be in man base.
India Foxtrot Bravo Charlie, for scary, remain north stores all the time, so report stores.
Remain north stores and report at stores Foxtrot Bravo Charlie.
India Fox Bravo Charlie, we'd like to operate at 1,000 feet over source.
India Fox Bravo Charlie, not above 2,000 feet on the QH 1026 hectopascals.
Right, they're about 2,000 feet on 1026 hectopascals.
I think I'm online now. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. I'm not going anywhere. I have doctors today. But I believe I found the issue with my rudder pedals and my tiller being way too sensitive. Turns out it looks like it was FSU IPC7. Even though I didn't have these axes set up within there. As soon as FSU IPC7 starts running, those two items become extremely sensitive, no matter the settings I have. So I'm trying this run now without FSU IPC7. If that does work, which the tiller worked on the way out, now it's just a rudder on landing to see if I'm going to be all over the place. I don't think so. Everything felt real good. So we'll see. If this works, then I just have to find another program where I can run a few buttons that are not being recognized by PMDG or MS2020. I can see the buttons for my reverses and my fuel cutoffs, and I can set them, but they don't do anything in PMDG. So that's the next item to look at. I can get that worked out, then MS2020 is looking real good. There must have been a bonked up setup in here more than once, because MS2020 looks great now. The first few times I had it installed, it looked very sparse. It looked like there was a lot of stuff missing, not being drawn out. And I've done 3 reinstalls from scratch and had the same problem. I just did a brand new reinstall, about a week ago maybe, and this is a completely different story. This looks amazing now. So I'm heading into Newark, New Jersey. I want to see if I can put it down without being all over the place with these rudder pedals right now. I left, it says Newark to Newark, but I left Baltimore. Would be nice if this works, especially since 2024 is right around the corner and I already pre-ordered. Looking forward to testing that. And what I would really like the Flightdeck to be able to do is run MS2020 during the daytime, because I prefer that view, and then run X-Plane 12 at night, because I prefer the night lighting in X-Plane 12 with reshade over the night lighting in MS2020. Or maybe 2024 will be better, I don't know, but to me it just looks like it's just painted white to make it look like it's lit up. It doesn't look like they're lights. So that's why I prefer X-Plane at night. But if I can get the handling close to X-Plane here with PMDG and the Zebo mod, between the two, that would be an added bonus. Right now she's performing pretty good. All the settings in MS2020 are set on Ultra, and I'm running 7 monitors off of 1 computer. I've got my 3 external views running off of the 4090 board from ASUS, as well as my primary flight display and nav display. There's 1 monitor in here. So those 4 are running off of the 4090 board. I have my upper and lower multifunction displays here running off of the motherboard. The motherboard has an HDMI hookup and it has a DisplayPort hookup. So I have those 2 plugged in directly into the motherboard. And then the first officer's monitor, which is number 7, is actually plugged into a USB-C to VGA connector. And I also have one of those USB connectors on the back of the monitor for that. So that gives me all 7 monitors set up on 1 computer, and it still runs smooth, which is rather amazing. Hey Jackson, how's it going? I'm back in 2020 today doing some testing. So
Bravo Charlie, stand by the
now it's just getting a few buttons that don't work set up. And that's only because device interface manager, although I have a lot of the flight deck set up in here, it's not set up for this type of setup just yet. It's coming in the future, and then I'll be able to have everything in device interface manager. But right now, about 99% of it is set up through DIM and working beautifully, even though it's still a beta product. Very stable, as well as the virtual control panel. Although I don't have anything programmed in here. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants looking for Newark, which is about 60 miles out now. I can see it right up here. In the air, the rudder pedal feels fine. Now it just comes down to what it's going to be like tracking the center line on landing. If that works out pretty good, then I just have a few buttons to work out. Hopefully I can get that done within the next couple of days to get those working, and then I'll be able to switch between 2020 and X-Plane 12 again with just swapping out a couple of cables, which would be pretty cool.
Turkish 5 X-ray Victor today, line up runway 28 left. Take 1 moment if it's possible to reach passenger. Turkish 5 X-ray Victor, no worries, there's nothing at approach, so line up runway 28 left, advise me when you're ready. Line up runway 28 left.
Funny, I'm not seeing any winds here. They popped up for a couple of seconds and then just disappeared. Interesting. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Jackson. I'm glad you're doing good. Any day I get in here, even though I have to go to doctors today for my shoulder. Got to go look at this. Might need surgery. I hope not. But I was able to get my pull-out glass screens done today, as well as check this now. So I wasn't going to do anything because of the doctors, but I'm glad I did. I got some work done here. I do have one monitor that looks like it's overrunning in the corner there that I may have to fix. That would be the captain's primary flight display. Just a little bit is sticking out in the corner. You're not going to be able to see it because the camera doesn't go back that far. But even sitting here like this, I don't see it. But if I lean up, I can. So I'll fix that after this ride's over. But that's not too bad. And these I want to bring up just a little bit more. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. So we're about 50 miles now out of Newark now, thereabouts. So let's start heading over towards Newark. Yeah, see the winds just popped up and disappeared there again for a few seconds. That looks pretty smooth, and the graphics look pretty cool. So I prefer MS2020 in the daytime. It just has a nicer look to it. So I'll see if I can put it down at Newark, and if the control surfaces are working okay, I gotta fix that monitor, maybe adjust some sounds in here, and then I'm gonna go look and see if I can fix some buttons. Looking forward to being back up between the two of them, just being able to switch. I get the most I get done now, the easier the transition is going to be to 2024. But the view looks rather nice.
Good morning, continue the approach to gate number 1, wind 2703, liner up. 9922, continue approach to
Alright, we're just about 40 miles out now. I'm cruising at 3,000, I'm nice and low. Want to take a look at the scenery. not actually running a flight, just coming into Newark to test the rudder pedals. Also testing the tiller on the way out when I left Baltimore. I know it says Newark to Newark, but I went from Baltimore to Newark.
Lufthansa 9922, service week 2703, 9 enough, runway 28 left, clear for landing. Lufthansa 9922, runway 28.
And my night lighting in X-Plane's done. I actually put a post up on Discord. It's just a screenshot that I grabbed of the flight deck at night. And I guess one of the users on the X-Plane Discord channel thought that it was a snapshot taken of an actual flight deck of someone landing at night. So I had to explain, and one of the other users explained, you can see the bezels in the window that show that it's not real life. So that tells me that my night lighting edits are looking pretty good if other people can't tell that this is a simulator. So that's pretty cool. So I think I'm done tweaking that. Hopefully I can get done tweaking this within the next couple of days, and then it's just back to flying. That should be in range now. And how about we get ready to commit to Newark? And like I said, I'm coming in by the seat of my pants, so nothing's programmed in here. Matter of fact, my nav displays are out of date. I gotta bump them up. I haven't been in here in a while. I do get a flicker every now and then with MS2020, but believe it or not, running 7 displays, I get less flickers with 2020 than I do X-Plane, running one computer, one monitor. Go figure. But I think a couple of things would make flight simulation great for 2024, 2025. One, Air Manager to include PMDG's glass screens for 2024 or 2020. That would be great because that would take the demand off the server computer where I could run these glass screens off of the network or for a separate one, which would be great. Then I might be able to crank those up a little bit higher. Right now they're at Ultra, so I can kick them up a little bit higher if I want to, but I wouldn't dare right now. I'm pushing it right now. Alright, we're about 30 miles out. We are getting pushed around a little bit. See, every now and then I get a little wind pop up here, and then it's gone. I'm surprised there's no weather going on here in Newark. I think I had the weather. Oh, you know what? I actually have to run an extra screen in the center at 4K in order to get smooth performance. If I run their main menu that has that pull down slider on there where you can change the time and all that stuff, I get stutters. Oh, wrong program. This is their main program that has the pull down menu where I can go ahead and change time and weather. Yeah, this is set for live weather. So that's set correctly. But if I use this screen as my front screen, I get flickers. I don't know why. They just don't go away. So I actually had to go into the experimental section and create a third window, put extra demand on my computers to run another window here in the center, and now it's butter smooth. Those ticks are gone. So I don't know if it has something to do with MS2020's menu program that gets pulled down or what, but I actually have to run an extra 4K monitor setup just to get smooth performance. Really strange. Alright, we're about 20 odd miles out now.
There, 756, good afternoon, line up runway 3 left.
I think later I may do some testing with some weather, see if it puts more of a demand on the setup. I'm sure it's going to, but MS2020 really runs beautifully. Alright, I do believe I have Newark in sight. Let's start slowing down here. I don't even have, yeah, see, I don't even have any of this in here either. You see, will it take that? Will I put that in? Let's see if I can do this in the air. I didn't put any of these numbers in here just to see if I can get a landing. Alright, oh, we'll be coming in at a buck 53. Alright, we're going flaps 1. My bird. Let me take over here. Put her down. There's Newark. See, now my flight controls feel pretty decent. She feels like a heavy aircraft. When I sit here and get on the yoke, she feels like she's heavy iron now. Doesn't seem like a fighter jet anymore. And the rudder pedals feel pretty decent. We're going to 5. Then I guess I better start paying attention after this, huh? Give me 10. The gear's already down. And we'll go right to 15. Actually, we'll slow all the way down. VRAF plus 5 here. How about that? Now you should have a really great view on the way in now because the graphics are working the way they're supposed to. Let's go right to 30. That looks phenomenal. Out that window. Oh, how about we get set for landing here? Ooh. Watch your speed, Louis. It's better.
Aircraft 18 Golf Delta wind 280 degrees, 1 knots, runway 2 left, clear to land.
So I prefer MS2020 in the daytime, just for the view. And X-Plane 12 at night for the night lighting with reshade. But this is looking pretty good. And the controls feel, I may have to work on the my pitch a little bit. This seems like it might be a little bit too much, a little too fighter jetish. But the roll feels nice and heavy. Feels like she's a big bird. So let's get a little bit higher so you have a nicer view coming in here. And like I said, I'm doing this by the seat of my pants, so. Compass Daily? Oh, and Tom's there. Both of you snuck in on me, huh? I'm just testing an MS2020. If you want to become a real pilot, I guess it depends on the route you want to go, what you're looking to do. And where you are. Here in the States, I mean, this is just my opinion, but the two top schools, as far as I'm concerned, is Embry-Riddle or Flight Safety International. Those would be the two schools I would look into, but it depends on your circumstances. I'm not using photogrammetry. I may turn that back on and take a look. When I was having issues, I had a whole bunch of melted buildings. Now that it's working nice, I may bring photogrammetry back in and add that back into the mix and see how that works out. But she feels real good now. I mean, it's not on the level of X-Plane, but it is 90% better than what I had before. No doubt about it. And it looks 1,000% better than what I was getting before. No doubt about it. I guess I could have came in a little steeper, give you a better view, or raise that camera up a little bit higher. Let me come up a little bit high here and then get that nose down, give you a better view here on short final. That should be good enough. Let's have a look here. Yeah. Nothing's setting here. Nothing is setting here.
280 degrees 9 or not, runway 28 left, clear line up and take off. 28 left, clear line up and take off, 710.
The view is fantastic. Now I know what everybody was looking at. I wasn't getting this. Not at all. Pay attention, Louis. I'm going to check this rudder here. And we're coming in at what, 158? Yeah. That'll be a test for the rudder. Not usually coming in that fast. I don't come in short here, Louis. You're low. So right now we're doing 160. So if my rudder was as bad as it was before the install, I'll be all over the place as soon as we touch. So we'll see. Far superior than what I had before. Oh, my reversers don't work. Those buttons don't work. A little flicker there. But she is definitely way better than what she was. She's actually maneuverable now. She's a joy to fly. Before? No way. It was like walking on black ice with slippery shoes. Even the tiller is so much better. She's not jumping around anymore. It's amazing. And I don't know how I found that it was FSU IPC7 doing it. I don't know how. Oh, I know how. I wasn't getting any buildings, right? They were really messed up, my view, so I decided to put 2020 in one more time before I gave up and waited for 2024. And before I put in FSU IPC7, I went for a ride. And then when I put in FSU IPC7, things went crazy. I took it out, and we're back to this now where it feels good. So I just have to find something that's going to work in the place of FSU IPC7 from the few buttons and dials that are missing, which I'm surprised doesn't work in 2020 because all these buttons are recognized by MS2020. They just don't work with PMDG for some reason. So, but I'm happy with this, and then we're going to move on. I'll get my flight controls set up. Oh, well, the buttons that are left. Get my sounds all adjusted. And then we'll start going for some rides. But we are looking real good, and the till is working great now. I would say the till is on par with X-Plane.
0118 Ryanair, 15, all the best, please.
How about we take this one here on the left? It's a little bit more of a turn. See how she performs. Yeah, this is far superior to what it was. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed that trip to nowhere. I'm just doing some testing, but I think I give you as a heads up, let you catch a peek. Alright everybody, I'm done for a while because, oh look at that, the brake temps even work. Look at that, nice. Oh, I gotta get in here and dust. I got a doctor in a bit. I'm surprised my wife didn't come in and grab me already. But once I get done with that, I'm going to come back in here. We're going to start doing some more setting up with 2020. See if I can get 2020 and X-Plane up and running within the next couple of days, which would be pretty cool. All right, everybody. I'm glad you joined me. And I will catch you, if not later on tonight, maybe tomorrow. All right, Jackson, I'm glad you stopped by. Same thing with you, Tom, and Compass Daily, and everybody that didn't want to type out anything, was just speaking. I always enjoy the company and the conversation if you want to join in the future. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care, everybody. Hey, Hudson, you just caught me on the way out, brother. All right, I'll catch you on my next run. Take care.
Echo 2 that the standby now. I think up
Good time. I just stopped.
Echo 2 that the wind check down was calm on me 28 left. Clear takeoff. 20. Triple takeoff, good there. 20. Good. Tower X to Charlie Golf, which you established on the approach to SF. Echo Charlie Golf, Dublin Tower, good morning again. Yeah, continue your approach. Call again at 5 miles to push down to wind check is calm. Wind calm, continue approach, call you at 5 miles, Echo Charlie Golf.
Start warning, summer 15 November, we're 10 miles.
Channel 15, hello, continue approach line number 1 now. Traffic on the runway at the moment, vacate then shortly. And the wind is calm, continue.
Summer 15 November.
Channel 15, remember the wind check now, 090 degrees, 05, runway 28 left, clear for now.
Clear to land, runway 28 left, summer 15 November.
Channel 15, November vacate onto Sierra 5, from there continue right taxiway, Sierra November K to contact ground 1 decimal clear.
Sierra 128, summer 15, cancel 1.
Tower, good morning, Pitaya 773 Charlie. Allah Kalades, go ahead.
I Tango Lima 773 Charlie, Tower, good